I've used this camera every single day. One of the little dramatic twists as I did that intro. And if you've seen a couple of my past daily vlogs, you might have wondered, Tim, how did you get this tracking shot here? Did you mount your camera to the ceiling? How are you able to fit such a small camera in between your game shelf? And then as you're walking around, how is everything so buttery smooth and stable? What kind of camera makes this possible? This right here is the Osmo Pocket 3. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wolf Pack. I am so excited to see you all, and today we're talking cameras. Not getting too technical, just a couple of things here, but for the most part, just the practical use and why I just cannot stop recommending this camera enough. A couple of family members got it because it's so cool and so portable. So I'm gonna give you 10 reasons today, starting with number 1, and that is convenience and form factor. You cannot beat how portable this little camera is. The fact that you can just flip open the screen and it starts recording in about 3 seconds, plus it automatically links to the transmitter, the DJI Mic 2 that I'm using here. And this microphone also has 32-bit float recording. That just means like raw footage. You basically can shout super loud, or you can talk really softly, and those audio levels will not peak, and you'll be able to bring up any quiet audio levels. So it's like editing a photo that's raw, but for sound. That's exactly what you get with this microphone. And it's one of 2 accessories that I would recommend for this camera. Now, the second reason why I absolutely love this camera is that the mounting options are absolutely insane. Because it's so small and tiny, and because you don't need a giant tripod or a gimbal or anything like that, it already comes with a gimbal. The fact that I can just stick it up on the shelf and get this really cool angle like this, nice wide of the whole studio, like that's insane. As much as I would love to set up my DSLR to do the same thing, there's no way I'm getting that on a bookshelf. And for here, completely different. I can just stick this on top of the shelf like that, call it a day. It makes it so easy to film content. I can get crazy with it, can put it here on like the the cover of my table. You know, I can put it in so many different places. I can go underneath the table, have a conversation here, flat on the ground. Maybe I want to show some editing stuff. I'll throw it on my desk like that. Seriously, I love that. Now, one of my favorite features about this camera is the fact that I can just double tap just like that, and all of a sudden I get active track. So no matter where I walk, unless there's something blocking it, then it's gonna lose it. But if I walk like almost 360 and there's no obstructions, it will track me wherever I go. And that is hella impressive. The fact that you can just double tap it and done, like I wish bigger gimbals can do that. Like the DJI RS4, RS3, if you could just do that with any camera, that'd be amazing. Like see, it will lose it here, but for the most part, it's good. So it's not like the best active tracking, but it's still very impressive as long as you don't have anything in your foreground. Now this is really cool too, because then you get a lot of variety in your shots, and it makes the viewer way more interested because then you get to show off a lot more things instead of having one static shot. So adding face tracking adds a whole new dimension to creating videos. You can even face track as you're on one side of the frame by just moving the joystick one time. So right now I'm positioned on like the right side of the frame, and I can leave it at that, and then it'll track me on this side of the frame. Or if I move it to the other side here, then it'll track me on this side. So it gives you some options in case you want to show some images on the other side. Now, number 4, auto exposure is pretty impressive overall. I actually just leave it on auto, which I rarely ever do with any camera. I actually shoot manual for everything, but I leave auto on here, and that makes it, again, another easy point because you don't need to know all the ISO and shutter levels and changing all that, especially when you're going from light to dark. The fact that this can just change, and I'm purposely like blowing out my Windows highlights because I don't want to show my address obviously, but for the most part, like going in from light to dark is very impressive and it's pretty consistent. The video quality overall is way better than a phone. It's not as good, of course, as a DSLR, but it's very impressive. Like I would use this over phone any day, and I've even sneaked in a couple of shots from the Osmo Pocket 3 into an actual commercial before. Now, aside from that, the audio quality that you hear now is edited. Let me go ahead and turn this off so you can see what audio straight from the camera is like. Okay, so here we are doing an audio test straight from the camera. Again, it's not like the best thing, but it's still very impressive for something this tiny. And there are speakers on both sides of the camera, so you can hear like really solid audio. I would use this and upload it on a YouTube video any day, as long as you're close. But of course, as you bring it further and further apart, it doesn't get it degrades the quality of the audio. Now again, paired with the DJI Mic 2, which I like just to hold around because I want to be able to do something while I'm recording videos too. While I'm holding this mic, like this microphone edited is podcast level quality. So it's very impressive. Now those are the only two accessories I would recommend for the Osmo Pocket 3, which is the little silicone tripod stand. You don't really need the other tripod. Actually, I have the other one. I think the other accessories are not that good. Like I got the tripod leg. This is a waste because it adds all that extra space. You don't need it. So I think just the base kit, the camera itself, and then you can get the silicone pad on the side, and then also add in like a single transmitter and you're good to go. If you're interested about the wide angle lens, I had it twice and lost it twice because it's so small and tiny and it falls off pretty easily. So the magnet is okay, but I tend to lose it all the time. And honestly, it's not worth getting that extra little space. There's some distortion in the image that I'm not the biggest fan of. So I think it's just fine straight out of the camera like this. There's also a black mist filter, which I have, but again, something that I just never use. Number 7, I cannot understate how important this tiny form factor is. Like it's the size of the palm of my hand. That is how tall it is. Actually, it's smaller than that. Smaller than the palm of my hand. And the form factor actually is really good because it makes you way less intimidated from a camera. Even if someone like me who's like used to talking in front of a camera, just having a smaller form factor camera makes it more conversational, I think. And plus, when you're recording other people, they're way less intimidated than using actual DSLR. Like if you point this in someone's face, they are way more inclined to just start like freezing and start thinking a lot about what they're trying to say. Versus if you have this small little pocket camera, it's almost like just a subtle little video recorder that is your friend. It's almost as if it's not there. Number 8, it's a little give and take. Like I don't really like how cropped in it is right now and about like a foot away from the camera. So like 2 hands away. I'm 2 hands away from the camera and it's a little too cropped in for me. I would just wish it was a little bit wider. But in essence, your wide shots are phenomenal. Like you can get super wide and look how far it's tracking me from this far away. So I do love the wide shot. It's kind of confusing. I do love the wide shots, but being handheld, it still crops in a little bit too much. So that's a little give and take for me. Number 9, you get a camera and a gimbal in one package. Now with the microphone, I think it's gonna be another $100. It is a pretty penny, but you do get a ton for the package. You get solid color grading, you get amazing audio, you get a gimbal for stability, you get face tracking, you get the portability of a small little camera. So many things packaged into one that I think would be worth a lot more. And the last and final point that I wanted to bring to your attention today, and that is I cannot understate how convenient this camera is. I carry this around the globe to Japan, to Germany. I've recorded entire vlogs on this camera. I love that I can just take it out of my bag, flip the screen, and then it's ready to record. Solid audio, beautiful video, everything auto exposed. It's just a solid camera overall that I absolutely love and that I really have been using every single day. Even if you're not creating content, I think it's an amazing family camera. Like to just have one to record daily events, piano recital, a family barbecue, whatever kind of family gathering that you have. I think it's the most easiest and subtle camera. You just place this in a corner, forget about it, and then you have footage from that day. I even used this to record part of our wedding too, just like threw it in the corner, and now we have like memories to keep forever. It's really blown my mind how incredible this camera is and how often I've like truly used this. With that said, if you're interested in this camera, I'll leave an affiliate link down in the description below. And yeah, if you have any questions about it, let me know. If you made it to the very end, go ahead and comment pocket in the comments below because that's what this is. It's a pocket-sized camera. I'll see you all in the next one.